Take full advantage of every credit available to you.
Look no further than BMG Tax and Accounting Services, your trusted partner in Tamarack, Florida. With over 35 years of expertise, Nigel Blair is here to handle all your business needs. From bookkeeping to tax preparation, we provide the personalized care and attention your business deserves.
Don't let opportunities slip away. Contact BMG Tax and Accounting Services today. Call 954-289-6005. That's 954-289-6005. BMG Tax and Accounting Services, experience you can trust, results you can count on.
Hi, I'm Amy Flex with FlexxTV, and I am here to tell you about our pay-per-view service we now offer. Pay-per-view streaming has helped many creators ranging from event promoters, sporting events, and concerts, from all industries to monetize their content.
You may be wondering why choose pay-per-view. Well, I am here to tell you for one. You are in control of how much you can charge your customer per click, if priced right. You can win big with pay-per-view. We also offer on-demand, which can be another way to profit from your event.
So, what are you waiting for? Call us at the number below or email us at flexfm@gmail.com and let us help you reach a broader audience globally.
FlexxTV would like to thank you for your continued support. It is greatly appreciated. FlexxTV, your #1 television station.
Dance hall music is perceived as party music, which it is because of rhythm. But there are messages that do come through, or a purpose of an artist saying something to the world. People usually don't get the message because of the partying. A message from Sean Paul.
Welcome back to The Naked Truth with TC Flex.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Of course, you see me have mad food right here. It is nice to know that the person that you have to interview is more than a special guest, for real. And for you it may be a surprise, but for me, I'm delighted to have this lady in my presence right now, because trust me, her story doesn't stop here. I don't think we can use 30 minutes to get through this. I'm going to try to get the most important parts, but it gone. Her thing just through the roof, for real. Ladies and gentlemen, an honoree for the 42nd staging of the International Reggae and World Music Award that's slated to take place on Sunday, March 30th at the Coral Springs Center for the Arts. It's going down next week Sunday. Make sure you get your tickets, get your tickets, get your tickets. If you can't make it, if you're out of town, out of state, or out of the country, IRAWMA has made it possible for you to watch it pay-per-view, live from anywhere you're at around the world. You could have work, you could have in your office, you could have at home just chilling in the backyard doing your gardening. You can watch the 42nd staging of IRAWMA just by going to caribflix.com, that's caribflix.com, and purchase your pay-per-view tickets. It's only $9.99 US, ladies and gentlemen, and that is way cheaper than a double whopper or a cheeseburger, for real. So get your tickets. There's the link right there. You can make a note of that and get your tickets. It's next week Sunday. The red carpet should be interested, because I talked with Oliver Samuel, and he seems like he have a special thing to do on the red carpet, meaning a different kind of fashion statement on the red carpet for it. But nevertheless, I'm going to be lurking in the wings just to see this young lady, just to try my best to get between she and our guests on the red carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, help me welcome my friend, your artist, Joanna-Marie. Jojo.
Boy, what an introduction.
No, I tell you, they say beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, but for me, beauty is the day when you were born.
Aww.
For real. The world see it and know it.
Mine, you know.
I tell you, with Joanna and myself, I was just saying to her before we came on here, I remember the very first time I saw Joanna, a friend of mine, which is a mutual friend of both of us, which is Benji Myers.
Yes.
I had an interview to do with him, and you accompanied him to the studio.
Yes.
And, you know, we were there vibing and thing, and him say,
many
yo,
years ago was that,
it's
though?
like,
I'm trying to remember.
if I should say it,
It
it will
could have
disclose my age. For real, and I don't want to disclose my age. But Joanna, honestly, you, back then when Benji was giving me a little bit about your history and where you're coming from, and I was like, for real? And then I went and do some research, and like, wow, you have done so much for this business. I am pleased IRAWMA sees that and decide that, yo, listen, we need to give her flowers now.
While I'm alive.
Yes.
That's what I was told.
Yes, man.
I was told.
Because you have done so much for love. And then again, I said, all right, so I'm picturing Joanna in Jamaica, right? And people would have said that, oh, you know, she had us part of the group of people who come in at the business because she's favored. You know, we used to look at people with your complexion and your hair.
You know.
And not knowing that
I heard that again.
and if
because she light skin.
Yes.
And you know, she have a look, and I think, you know, so
True.
yes, but it can't be just that.
No. If one should take some time out and spend a day and walk with you, they'll see the work that you have done relentlessly behind the scene, and not just for self. Because one thing I can tell people, when you talk about being unselfish, you talk about Joanna Unselfish Marie. For real. For many artists out there.
I mean, from when I started, remember I've been doing this from I was 4 with Miss Lou.
4. Wow.
4 years old. I was with Miss Lou for 4 years.
Wow.
And then I started touring with Ainsley Morris
Yes.
at 14, going on 15, playing a guitar.
A guitar.
It's
That's not a
the thing
guitar, it's
that
like
looks like a keyboard. But,
yeah.
you see Norris plays it with her
Oh,
board.
yes.
I used to play that with Ainsley Morris, and I have it on. It's on YouTube. You can watch
Yes.
it. Anytime you're ready.
I will.
I was 13 going on 14.
Yes.
And then it's just kept going from there.
When did you move to Miami?
In 1984.
And the reason for you to move to Miami was?
Well,
Family decision or?
family, my dad.
Okay.
My dad's decision, because Jamaica was getting rough.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of break-ins in our house.
Right.
You know.
There was one around the time when the election climax was.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, it was rough. And
Yeah.
Daddy was like, no, I'm taking you out of here.
Okay.
So, and then when
So
I
what
came
was that
to-
transition like, coming from, you know, you being around such great, because when we talk about Miss Lou, we talk about an icon.
It
You know what I
was-
mean?
it was
Someone
quite
who helped to
interesting.
shape our country and our culture.
Yeah. When I came up here, I was forced to enter Miss Jamaica Miami pageant,
Yes.
which I did.
Yes.
And I came in the top 10. And then I was introduced to Clint O'Neill. He was at the pageant, and then I went up to him. You know Clint O'Neill, the godfather of reggae? Yes,
personality, right.
WLRN.
Yes.
The godfather of reggae music, that's
Yes.
what they call him, or the godfather of radio.
Yes.
And I saw him at an event, one of the events for the
The
pageant.
pageants.
Yeah, and I said, hey, I'm Joanna-Marie, I'm a singer. Can you help me? And I was young then. I was like, what, 17?
Yes.
17. And he said, all right, let me carry in the studio. I said, all right, cool. Guess which studio we went to?
In Miami?
Record. Yeah.
Third Inner Circle?
Yes, how you know?
I know, because they have been one of the most prominent one here in South
Inner
Florida.
Circle, and they produced, Ian and Toto produced my first single, which was Single Girl.
Oh.
So after that, Clint took me to Gloria Estefan's studio.
Gloria Estefan, as in,
Gloria
come on everybody,
Estefan.
let's do that
Yeah,
conga.
and I was introduced to her, and she was the one that told me to start doing Spanish reggae.
Yes.
And then I did my second single at their studio
Wow.
with her.
Wow, that's
I'm so
more
thankful.
than luck. I mean, I can't tell. That's not even luck. That's something
I
different.
think it's a blessing.
Yes.
Because me being, mom is Venezuelan, dad is Jamaican, and I have the Spanish
Yes.
in me. That was like a big deal for me. So right away I was like, oh no, I got to learn Spanish fully
Oh.
so that I can be able to sing in Spanish too.
Yes.
And that's how the Latin stuff came about. And then I started recording with Carl Peterson, which I well, actually, yeah, Carl Peterson, I did my first Spanish song, which was again Otra Vez in Spanish.
Wow.
Yeah, the Janet Jackson song, and I just redid it again.
Yeah.
I did a remake of it again.
Wow.
With producer Ed Robinson.
All right.
Yes.
So we have seen where you have, you know, stick to what you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, you have grown and developed, and you have associated yourself around great teachers.
Of course.
So to speak.
Of course.
You know what I mean? From
Of
both
course.
sides, from
Yeah.
the Spanish side and the reggae side.
Right.
And, you know, coming up, you are clearly a chart topper. Of course, I've seen you
I
on
hope
many
so.
charts. I've seen you on the Clinton Lindsay charts.
Yes.
Reigning. And anywhere I go and bring up the name, Joanna-Marie, you know, there is no surprise. No one asks, who is that again? You know what I mean?
Right.
People
well,
are
I've
familiar.
been in South Florida for all my life. You know, because after Clinton Hill, Copeland Forbes started to manage me.
Wow.
And then,
another giant again.
yes, and Copeland did a lot. He did a lot. I went a little bit on the road with Third World, and he took me on shows, and that's how I came to be on IRAWMA with Clinton Hill and Copeland backing me to be on 1987. I performed on the IRAWMA Awards.
Wow, that probably must be the second
Yes, it was the second IRAWMA Awards.
Yeah.
I performed on, yeah.
So you're no stranger to this award show. Oh my
No,
goodness.
and Ephraim has been very supportive of my career all these years.
Yes, good.
I went to Chicago and did shows
Wow.
back then.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they had the show. It was particularly at one time staged.
Yeah, but I got
Chicago.
booked in Chicago by
through
other
the means
promoters.
of
Yeah, through the means of being
IRAWMA.
on that show
Wow.
performance. Yeah.
So-
And of course, you know, and then there's a part in my life when I went back to Jamaica, which we opened a studio with me and Jati. You know Jati?
in Jamaica.
In Jamaica, in Ocho Rios,
Wow.
which was Carry On Records.
Yes.
And so then was when I started doing backgrounds for Garnet Silk, which was a few years.
This lady have a history, you know. This lady have a history, and I'm happy I'm hearing it.
Gosh.
So you did backings
So-
for the late great Garnet
Yes,
Silk.
yes, and I
Wow.
actually opened a couple of the shows that they had. We did like a series of shows around the island,
Yes.
and I opened for a few of them and performed on the show,
Wow.
especially up in Ocho Rios in Bonham Spring.
Yes, because he was prominently in that.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
was
right,
backed by Japasso's band, which one of the members of Japasso's is now Peter Pan,
Yes.
who I'm still
Working
doing
with
work with.
today. Wow.
So the history is just so, you know, it is so extensive.
So I've seen you, and many may not know, because some things that is in the pipeline I may bring up before we finish today. But many may not know that even though you still records.
Yes,
Yes.
I stopped recording about 7 years ago
Right.
because I wanted to teach artists and help to groom them a
Right.
little of what I know. I don't know everything, but
Right.
a little of what I know that I've learned.
All
because
the
I
experience that you have gathered
right,
over the
because
years.
I've learned the business of music from a
Yes.
very young age. So,
Yes.
and it evolves, as you know.
Yes.
Right?
Because time changes.
Right, time change. So there's so much more. Back then, it was just radio,
Yes.
a newspaper,
True.
and that's it. And selling CDs out to your truck back, right?
Right.
Trunk back, right? So now it's like social media, you know.
Yep.
You
the
know, all of
whole
the
digital
mediums that we have
platform
now.
them that we
Right,
have
so
now.
I took a break to do that.
Yes.
We opened a radio station, Ed Robinson and myself.
Yes.
And I'm just now growing, you know, to do, you know, what we do,
Right.
within the business. And I've been struggling with health issues, as you know, for years.
Yes.
And I got really sick last year. And I'm grateful to even be sitting here with you right now.
I mean, if you
While
think
I
about
still
it.
go through what I'm going through. So now it's like every day since I started getting worse last year, it is like you're going back in the studio. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you have to do. You're going back in the studio. I said, okay. And I'm glad I did.
Because come to my next question now, this single that is creating waves like I'm saying, but when I heard it, and when I first heard it, I saw it coming as a single, Joanna-Marie and so on. So I'm saying
It's My House.
all right, right. So I'm saying Joanna-Marie, but when I'm listening to it, because it came in, it wasn't a video, it was
right, just
MP3,
audio, yeah.
right? And I'm listening to it and I say, somebody got this wrong, because it sounds like Dinah Ross do over about this song, and mix up Joanna-Marie name to it.
Everybody said that.
And I think it's like it's there's a remix version to the song, right?
Right. So I released a song.
Yes.
I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, the song, I start getting calls from a publicist that used to be with Puff Daddy.
Yes.
Which I'm not going to call his name.
Right.
His first name is Jonathan. I'll just say Jonathan.
All right. Jonathan.
Okay?
John Doe.
His name is Jonathan, though. Jonathan.
Okay.
So Jonathan called me. He's like, hey, because I know him. Somebody I know him say, yo, I heard this song. Somebody sent it to him because when we e-blast, our e-blast is over 200,000 emails.
No, I'm on it.
Yes, so that goes to over 200,000 emails,
wow.
Which goes to A&Rs, radio, our radio.
Publicists
in different regions and countries, and it's broken down into countries,
yes,
right, and then of course companies.
This
and
is A&Rs, know the business, though. Know the business. He
called me because he got it from somebody else, because he is not on my blast.
Oh.
He was not on my blast. So he said to me, yo, is this you or is this a mistake or what?
So I wasn't the only one who
no, because he said this sound like, did you guys, what's going on? You guys took her voice? I mean, this is where he was at. I said, no, that's me. Him said, ratted. And because him tried to talk Jamaican, because he's not Jamaican.
Yes.
Him said, no, man, may I work for you for free.
Wow.
With this song. So I said, okay, if you want to. And next thing I know, the song is on BDS charts. It's on in New York. It's in Chicago. It's in Sweden now. It's more over there than even the U.S. It's in the U.S., but it's more in Sweden. Then next now, I get a call from Universal Music in Sweden from an A&R that says that they have an artist that wants to do a remix on the song. And his remix is rap Spanish.
Right. Still up your alley too.
Yeah.
But when I heard the remix, I'm saying, yo, this is a chart topper,
Yeah, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I mean, I love my version.
The two
but it's not.
It's good.
You know what I realized, TC?
Yes.
It's not about what we like.
It's what the audience like.
And
true, John.
For the first time in my life, because I never focused on me as an artist. I'm always wanting to break somebody else.
Right.
To build somebody else. I wasn't interested like that because I felt like I kind of did a lot.
Yeah,
even though I never bust per se.
Thing,
and
yeah.
because, when you bust, you bust. It's a different kind of bust,
Yeah.
Not the one where you drive out. Right? So it's a different kind of bust. So I was satisfied to where I was at because I've done so much.
Yes.
I've helped so many people and I know just so many people in the industry. So it never mattered to me. It's not about me because I'm selfless. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So this is weird for me right now with me having this song on the level where it's at.
Yes.
So even today, receiving magazine write-ups, Latin countries, and this and that. I mean, I am so overwhelmed and I'm so blessed. And I have to thank Ed.
Yes, because
and I have to thank Kevin too. I can tell you why.
Tell me why.
Because that song, we were at an event with Ernie Smith, because I manage Ernie Smith.
Right.
By the way, that's a plug if you want to book him.
All right.
So we were at an event and Ernie was actually doing a performance there. So I kind of went early to make sure everything was good. Right?
Yes.
And only to find out that Ed and Kevin were out there playing music, and I walk out and hear all of this commotion, and there it was Diana Ross song playing.
It's my house.
Yeah, and Kevin said to Ed, "Yo, her voice would have fit this in her." Ed said, "Yeah, man." You see, by the time I wake up the next morning,
instrumental
the track was
built already.
Yeah, and then my beg me to come in the studio.
Wow.
And I said, "No, man, not today. Man, I'm tired. I can't bother." Him say, yes, you have to come. I said, no. And I went, record the song.
The rest is history. That song is spiraling out of control right now. I can tell you that much. You just said something about the bus. Sometime when the bus, you say you don't feel like you're bus to that level where,
no,
you know what I
not
mean?
even with this.
But
I don't feel that way.
spending your whole life in music and around music, you should know that music doesn't carry age.
No, it doesn't.
So that bus can come at any given time.
Yeah, I'm 58 years old. I've been
can
at this since I was 4.
This can be the bus.
Maybe.
This looks and feel to me like the bus. You know what I mean?
So.
And especially in that country where, you know, you're familiar with the accent.
Right.
So
right.
I tell you.
I got offered two more remixes to do now.
Universal is a big thing, you know.
Two more remixes.
Yes.
And they're looking at me as an artist.
Joanna, you are an artist.
No, that they want to be involved with. That's another story. I prefer not saying.
I love that, for real. But you know, for someone who has been in the business so long, I'm quite sure you know where to dot the I's and cross the T's.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
And I have a very strong legal team and a strong team, period.
Oh gosh, man, for real.
I mean,
because some of the work that you have done behind the scene, you know, it takes a good body of people to, you know, furnish it and stuff.
It's a lot of work.
Oh,
a lot of hard work, you know that.
Of course. But the thing about it, you know, it's because you're such a perfectionist too, again, it probably gives you sleepless nights.
Yeah, and even though I'm supposed to be resting now, I'm not supposed to be doing any work.
And you couldn't tell her, no?
Period.
This lady consistently going against the doctor's order.
I am.
Get some rest.
I am.
Joanna.
I'm not supposed to be doing any work, but it's in your blood. I've been doing this from a little girl.
I understand from
now,
4.
So how can I sit there and not do anything?
One that's not in the business wouldn't understand, but you know, those
they don't.
in the
business doctors don't understand
the passion that you have for this thing.
Yeah, I have the passion for sure.
Of course. Now we've seen, you know, as you said, Ernest Smith. You know, and just name a few, because you have a production company.
Yeah, we have a production company. You know, that music production.
Right. That you.
We have compilations, and we put various artists' albums together, and we have been on a steady roll since 2025, releasing a single every Friday.
Wow.
We kind of missed last week because we were torn between what are we going to release. We have a bad Hezrana come out. Yeah. We have a bad Althea Hewitt come out. Wow. We have this and we have that. It's so much, you know, it's so much. And I have a nice song, a duet that I can't talk about yet, but I give you a hint, is with my attorney. Him and Mr. Rattigan. Me and him have a single coming out.
Yes.
When you hear him sing, you think of Dennis Brown. Me not lie to you.
Wow.
You know, so me know my thing.
Of course.
When I heard him sing, I said, no. We're doing a tune.
Yeah.
We're doing a tune. So there's so many things in the works. We have like 3 different projects working on.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Stay busy.
Yeah, holy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joanna-Marie, live inside the studios of FlexxTV. And we have her here today because she's been an honoree for the 42nd staging of the International Reggae and World Music Award that's coming up on next week, Sunday, the 30th of this month. So make sure you get your ticket to see the lovely Joanna-Marie be
get your ticket
at this prestigious event. All right. Now, Joanna, you were in the process of opening a school.
Yes.
For you know, inspired and up and coming.
Yeah, the
talent.
Global Base Youth Music Institute.
I love that, the Global Base.
Yeah,
it have a nice ring. Youth Music Institute.
Yeah.
Very nice ring. And you know, look, it giving me chills just to know that, you know, you're pouring so much, not into just yourself, but for youths who are inspired.
But it's about them now.
This.
It's about them. How much more can we do and give? Now is for us to know that we are alive and are able to speak and hear, that we can mentor and teach kids.
I love that.
You know?
I do have 5 minutes before we get out of here. I was just saying on the previous, you know, quarter of the show, where Jamaicans need a facility of such in Jamaica, where the youths them can develop in film, music, the entire arts, where entertainment is concerned. And we don't have that, and the reason for that is because of our selfishness. Because one wants to say, me do it, and
Right.
not we do it.
But that's the problem I think that we have here. To be
Here
very
too,
honest, in
right.
South Florida.
And it's with
there's-
our people.
It's our people. Like, I don't understand why we can't all work together.
Why we
I don't
can't
get
come
it.
collectively as
I don't understand it.
unit.
I mean, I still try to, and it's only a handful of us. You know that. It's
True.
always, it's a handful of us that can come together and say, let's do this.
Yes.
And I'm not calling names now, but
Right.
you're one of them. Flex family,
Yeah.
the global based family.
Yes.
You know, there's so many people out there that we could have said, let's come together.
come
Inner
together
circle, the inner
and we'll
circle
do this.
family.
Yes.
You know, it's so much that we could do. Third world family. There's so much that we could do together.
Come together.
If we
and-
all
and-
can come together and unite and say, but everybody wants to be the one to say, I'm mine.
Yes.
And
yes.
me do it. I'm my
Yeah.
thing. I would prefer, sometimes I will get a call like, Joanna, them never mention you. And so I said, no, me don't want to mention me. I want to do things.
Behind the scene.
Yeah, don't call my name. I didn't do it. No, because that's, to me, that's focusing on the wrong things.
True.
You want to focus on unity,
Yes.
coming together. When you come together and do it, whoever wants to take the big up to me, I would prefer do all the work and you take the credit. That's me.
Me that too, you know.
Because why? What are we fighting for? What are we arguing
The
for?
objective is for, us to leave a legacy.
Of
For others
course.
to carry on our
Of
names,
course.
for real. Ladies and gentlemen, Joanna-Marie, my special guest today for the IRAWMA Spotlight right here on FlexxTV. Don't forget to join me tomorrow, same time, same space, with the same big production, the 42nd stage of IRAWMA, the International Reggae and World Music Award. All right? Joanna, I want to say thank you so
Thank
very
you,
much.
TC.
Pleasure is mine. And
Thank you.
Sending out love to the
Thank
entire
you.
Reggae
Thank
Global
you.
family as
Thank
well.
you so much. And make sure you guys come out and get your tickets. Go get your tickets. And if you have a problem, call TC.
All right.
Right? Get your tickets because we'll be there in numbers.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can catch Joanna at Global Base. They're Googleable. So once you type in Global Base or Reggae Global in Google,
Reggae Global, Reggae Global Entertainment, the Global Base, Joanna-Marie Official, Ed Robinson, Lord is so much.
I tell you.
We're all over.
But they are connected.
All
Once
connected.
you find one, you find everybody.
You can even call TC and ask TC to find me. And my number is public, so I don't have nothing to hide, so you can call.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. Stick and stay. The entertainment segment of The Naked Truth coming up right after this. Joanna, thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Everything you see is with love and care. Ooh, it's my house and I live here. Let me tell you, it's my house and I live here. Ooh, on the table there sits a rose. Through every window a little light flows. Books are feeling on the shelf above.
Attention business owners. Are you ready to maximize your tax deductions and take full advantage of every credit available to you?
Look no further than BMG Tax and Accounting Services, your trusted partner in Tamarack, Florida. With over 30